Hey everyone, this is Senior Stationery and today's review is on the Viking Element One graphite pencil. Thank you, Mr. Leguman. So let's take a look. This whole new trend of stationery has brought many newcomers or new brands as people who share this interest for stationery look for other novelty or different items from different countries, and one of them is this one, Viking, which is a Danish pencil maker. In this case I have their HB Element One pencil. As you can notice, it has Viking, has the logo of a Viking ship, Element One, and it says graphite writing pencil HB. As you can see, it has on the back has printed the barcode, something that is very common nowadays. It says Denmark, again the Viking ship, and Element One. So this pencil is fairly hexagonal, as you can appreciate, a matte black with silver, yes, something like silver, if not white. Okay, I cannot tell very correctly. I think it's silver. Yeah, it's like a matte silver print. On the back it has a colored tip, fully colored, but as you can appreciate, this is a fully hexagonal pencil except for a rounded tip. So I made a comparison, considering that this is a rare brand and not that common pencil. I compare it with other common HB pencils. So let's see. Here are my charts. I grabbed these note cards to compare the color and the erasing properties. So I used a Faber-Castell dust free, which is one of the best ones that I currently use. And let's introduce the other pencils for the comparison. In this case, the first one is a Baron Fig Archer HB. As you can see, it left some shadow here. A Mitsubishi 9800 matured, also HB. It left some vague, I don't know if you can see that, some slight shadow, but not much. The Mapped Black Peps, which left a more notorious shadow. Might not appreciate on the camera, but they left. The Dixon Ticonderoga HB, which is a very common one. This is a Mexican made one, the Ticonderoga made in Mexico. And then we have a big number 2. This one was really messy to erase and left a very notorious shade. The Tombow Mono R. This is probably the most perfect graphite I've noticed, because even though that it is very dark, it perfectly and completely erased everything. And then we have the Staedtler Norica HB. This is a more budget pencil from Staedtler, and it's actually a felt more darker in each HB grade, but it doesn't erase that well. It still left, as you can see, some shadow. Then we have the Viking, the one that we're interested. This is the Viking. It has a fairly dark HB grade, but it did left some shadow, so I don't think it's very good for erasing. But for writing, it's fairly decent dark if you like your graphites very dark. And the last part, we have here a Derwent sketching, the one that has for watercolor. I don't have a graphic one, so I had to grab this one from Derwent. And it's very dark for an HB, but then again it has to have pigments because it's watercolor. And yes, as you can notice, it was very messy to erase, so it was fairly dark shadow, one of the darkest from the whole erasing test. And then we have the Lyra Art Design. This one is the one of the more grayest graphites, and it did left some vague shadow, but it's not so noticeable because it's a very gray graphite. And then we have the Staedtler Mars Lumograph HB. This one is more grayer than the Lyra, which is its rival, but it erased much better than the Lyra. And last, the Castile 9000 HB, which is supposed to be Faber-Castell's most premium pencil, but it's also very gray. It's more grayer than Lyra, but less grayer than Staedtler. So Staedtler is the more darker one from these, and this one also left some shadow. So as you can see, depends on what for what purpose do you want your pencils. If you want them for writing, or you want them for sketching, or just multi-purpose, either for drawing, writing, or for anything. So now let's give it a test to the Viking one. Here we have again the one that we're interested, the Viking. So let's take a look. This is the Viking Element One graphite pencil in HB. So the graphite is very dark. If you are into pencils and you sometimes like to doodle or use for general sketching, maybe as an artist or a freelance designer, this is a nice pencil. It's nice to make quick sketches. Just taking consideration, it might not be the most easiest to erase, but it has a really nice graphite, very dark for an HB. As you can appreciate, it's fairly dark. You can do quick sketches and looks pretty good. The wood looks nice. Well, maybe not sure if it's premium wood, but it looks more decent than many budget pencils. So let's just do a quick erasing so you can notice and appreciate what I mean about the erasing. As you can notice, if I erase this cube, there is some slight shadow, so don't expect like a super perfect erasing from this pencil, but still fairly decent. I don't know if you can notice the vague shadow, but this one being one of the best erasers, this is what it did. You can imagine with a more cheaper or not high quality eraser what it will make, so it will be more messier. So again, I think this pencil is really great for writing. It's very dark if you like, again, your writing very dark. So for that, works pretty good, and also for maybe a quick sketch. So yes, this is an interesting and great find. I would like to thank my friend the Pencil Meister for this kind gift, so I could make this review. Please feel free to leave your comments and stay tuned for more great reviews. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.